These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mark Z via PDK. Question: which banks will have the best conversion rates? As it has been explained to me, they're all going to have the same conversion rate. I'm told it's a fixed set price. All right, Jeff, Iraq is walking in Kuwait's footsteps. Kuwait reinstated their currency on March 21st, 1991. On Sunday, Iraq is transitioning to the same original fiscal year, exactly where they were before the 1990 sanctions. They're going back to their original fiscal period. I already spoke with the Iraqi government, so I have confirmed this. I know for a fact Iraq is transitioning. That's why they told you they'll be presenting the budget in just a few months. We are in the best position. History is repeating itself between Iraq and Kuwait. We are very, very close to this. All right, Mountain Goat article, quote, oil demand expected to peak in $150 per barrel price expected, unquote. The price of oil does affect the budget and the rate at which the dinar will revalue at. Remember, there's going to be an in-country RV first as they proceed with the project to delete the zeros simultaneously, and then later, much sooner than later, there's going to be a reinstatement of the dinar. So there are two different rates to consider. We are outside of Iraq, and so the rate we consider is only what rate the banks in our country will offer to exchange our dinar at. The bank rate will most likely be 2 or 3 times the rate offered in Iraq. All right, Walking Stick and Frank 26. Iraqi bank teams, exchange departments of banks are about to meet with those who are going to talk to them about the exchange rate changing. That's pretty powerful. That's when we think this is going to occur. The CBI will inform these banks a lot more on the date they gave them on which to raise the value of the currency, more communication on how these CBI banks will deal with the citizens of Iraq. The new small category notes, the ATM machines, opening new accounts, the new exchange rate, explaining it, all that stuff. All right, Breitling, question: what comes first? Does Iraq need to build their economy in order to increase the rate, or does Iraq need to increase the rate first? Answer: Iraq needs to increase the rate first to build an economy. Right, Pimpy article, quote, the Iraqi government expects a rise in foreign reserves of $4 billion by the end of February, unquote. This is a good thing. Quote, according to the immediate office of the Prime Minister, that the foreign exchange reserves of Iraq began to rise after it was threatened with collapse and is expected to increase by nearly $4 billion by the end of the month. Right, Jeff, Iraq, are going to have two sets of notes in circulation. They're going to have large notes and small notes. Two sets of notes will coexist together utilizing the same exchange rate. This is just an example. Let's say the rate is $3. If the rate is a 25 note is $75. After the rate change, a 25,000 dinar note times $3 is worth 75,000. Both the 30 notes and the smaller notes below the 100 will have the same exact rate. They're not going to have different rates. You're in a great spot. Right, Militiaman says, I don't believe they'll go out and float it, the dinar, this early on after the rate change. If they stick to having it fixed going into the future, it will help contain the inflation. All right, Frank 26. The United States Treasury met with a limited amount of people to disseminate some information on how and where to exchange Iraqi dinars. It's not known how it's going to roll out, but the information will come out to the dinar community as needed, because right now it's going to the citizens of Iraq. For us citizens of the United States of America, it's possible an 800 number is coming. This so-called 800 number is not for one bank. That's so stupid. The 800 number, as of the first-hand information, is not as it's being exaggerated. It is logical that the U.S. Treasury would have a legit 800 number where they could counsel and advise you on investment once the value goes up as to where to go to exchange your currency. Isn't that cool? Here's the other thing that's cool. It's motivating for a time like this when we see so many things come together. If there's an 800 number, it would only be with the United States Treasury to tell you which banks to go to. There isn't going to be one bank. There's going to be hundreds and hundreds across the whole United States of America. There will also be Iraqi banks. There will be hundreds across the world markets. All right, Mountain Goat article, quote, Kaz al-Rafidan, bank, the largest Iraqi bank, leaves Article 7th. Many gurus are confused over this article. We are talking about Chapter 7, not Article 7. Currently, the CBI is operating under Article 14 and needs to move to and thus operate under Article 8 of the IMF Charter. Article 8 in normalcy for monetary policy. This is where most countries now reside in dealing with the IMF in monetary policy. Many suggest that Iraq is already in Article 8, and that may be the case too, but we have no definite evidence of this, as they have not yet told us. Let's just wait and see what happens once they get the 21-22 budget passed. All right, Mark Z via PDK out of Iraq. We're still getting a lot of chatter about Thursday or Friday for the new budget to be finished. Now they have completed the Kurdistan issues, so we are here at the edges of our seats. Question, does this mean it's tomorrow? Answer, nobody knows the exact time, if it's tomorrow or weeks from now, but we are close. All we can do is be prepared. Lastly, Bruce via Wiser Now. I can tell you there are a few things out there that are pointing toward our timing being very close. Now, for me to say that, I know things are happening and have happened in Iraq to make the reveal for the release of everything today. So we're looking for some action to take place probably on Thursday, and it could be that we get notified on Thursday and go for exchange on Thursday. I would say Thursday is looking very good for us. Beyond that, we know that Redemption Center staff were given a schedule for the next 12 days. I'm very encouraged by what we're hearing. There's been a lid put on intel, and we've been put on more than a gag order. You're not seeing or hearing much right now. That's a very good sign.